Good morning, everybody. It is a rainy morning. We are changing plans. We're not going to do the driveway, but we do have a garage to do. I haven't showed it in a while. My shed is, well, the outside is all done. A little bit of grading to do around it. I built some shelves in there. Came together pretty nice. Donna power washed the driveway yesterday. Let's head up to the shop. I believe the guys are here. Okay, well, right now it's not raining. We just pulled into the site. We're going to pour that garage. Gorgeous house, huh? So let's get the machine off and get up there. Okay, this won't take us long to get set up. Moving their boxes with that extra plumbing. Just throwing it up in the house. One thing we do have to do is put their electric line conduits together. They want to go through the basement wall, out this wall, and that is for, let me make sure I'm saying it accurately, to get to this outbuilding with power. Right over there. So let's start getting our height set up. These are 8-foot doors, so we'll come down 8 foot, up 1.5 inches to floor height. Oh, 9-foot door? He did just say that. 9 foot down, up 1.5 inches. That'll be our height. 2-inch slope to the floor drain, 1.5 inches slope to the floor drain. Okay, our limestone showed up. Frankenstein Builders. Keeping all the mess up here off of their asphalt driveway. Okay. So the guys are getting tools out. We probably don't need the 16, just the 10 and the 8. 10 and the 8. Okay, I am gonna get started.
2 inches. Good.
All right, we'll do the same over here. Cut. Now we just square it off the wall. Taking it down to the right height. Good. All set to go. Okay, finishing up the grading, just running a tamper around it. It's not really moving very much at all. Whether it sinks a 1/2 inch or 1.5 feet, what's the difference, right? We just want to get it as tight as we can. Putting on our last form board. This is all done. We marked the sewer with a block at the end of it. Need a sprinkle in there, Matt? Okay. Plastic, rebar, concrete. Final thing we do, putting our rods in, tying. This is concrete block, so we just take a hammer, smack a hole in it, up about 2 inches. Now we get tie into the wall, as well as it helps hold the rebar up. Do that where we can. I would have liked to have done on that wall, but they have 2-inch foam. So we ran a double rebar on that overdig wall. And it seemed pretty tight. I think we're fine. Okay, a couple more chairs in here, a couple ties. Mixer is due in about 5 minutes. Okay, we didn't do too bad. Mix it up, all ready to go. I'll set you right over here. You know the drill. Just a rainy day. A lot of guys are at home. We got a lot of guys here on this little garage too, but at least we're getting it off the list, and we'll be outside tomorrow. Okay, it's going really good. I got the one bay done, 10 by 24 and a half. I didn't look outside to see if number 2's here. He's rattling pretty good. Hopefully he makes it over to about right here. So another section here, and then number 2 will finish up that L shape. So the guy's got enough concrete in there now. I'm sure somebody's out there watching up top. Probably Elliot. Elliot's the man. Who's on top? Yeah. Who's watching on top? Yeah. Okay, I didn't see him back there. Good man. You said it 3 times. It didn't register till I saw it. Good. Okay. Helping the rebar up a little bit.
And then keep an eye on that seat. That hot seat.
Evan is pouring. We just started pouring. It's going good. I'm no place to set the camera here. Maybe I'll put it right here on time lapse. Let's see if we have enough concrete. I have a feeling we might be calling for a 3rd truck. Danny, get ready for a phone call. Okay, got my camera out of the concrete. I had it sitting right next to where they're working, so yeah. In the heat of the battle, they're not looking for this little tiny camera. Okay, so looks like we're real close there. There's still some concrete in the truck, so the pressure is off. We made it. You can see the 2-inch fall to the drain. And you can see the 1.5 inch fall to the drain. Now, this sky is, it's like nighttime out here. So I want to get these guys cleaned up and out of here, and then we'll drape plastic over the door. We have spotlights in there. We'll get this nice and protected, nice and safe. Hopefully that wind doesn't kick up and blow the plastic down. But, we'll deal with that when it happens. Tom's taking his time, working it back. Okay, those guys are going to stay here and finish it. We're going to take off and get into another little project today. So Ryan and I are driving to work. We're talking here. We're trying to decide. Here, you'll see real quick once we get past this. Is this the sun or the moon?
It is 6:27 a.m.
I don't think the sun would be this hot yet.
Look at that.
And it's the wrong area. Like that's
the moon. That's a full moon.
Look at that.
Is that called a
Can we see that in the camera? Wow. Okay, Tony just got here, nosed them right up. We got about 1 inch of rain yesterday. Sub-base is nice and tight. That's what we like. So just 1, 2, 3, 4 pads, and away we go. Okay, that was 10 yards, nice and easy. I get a lot of comments on our expansion joint. We put our spreaders in, our 2x4s. We put our expansion joint against it, and we pull these as we're putting wet concrete in. Now we have expansion joint separating our pads, and we'll do a tool cut. Nothing ever moves from side to side. Everything can still move together, but a little bit of movement is not a bad thing. Saves those cracks. One thing maybe you noticed, I had some rebar grid off of my dog leg here. Didn't want to see a hairline crack coming off of that point. So I think we had 3 rebar crisscrossed in there. Getting some bull floating done. Number 2, I believe, is down at the bottom of the hill mixing up. He'll be up shortly. 10 yards might make it. We're a little skinny over there where the guys are in the final pad, but we're a little bit thick. So we will see. I might have to call for 1 or 2 yards out here. I just want to take a minute and congratulate my daughter Emily for passing her boards. She is now officially a doctor. Way to go, Emily. It was a lot of hard work. 7 or 8 years, but we were all in it together. I coached you a little bit, helped you study. Yeah, right. I opened up one of her books and closed it and said, good luck, Em. No, congratulations, Emily. Good job. Okay, while we're switching trucks, just leveling up the sub base from the tire marks from the first truck. Dylan's tying rebar together so nothing moves. Being careful not to get wet concrete on our tires. I'm sure he will be. Okay, let's get a drink of water. We'll be back at it in 2 minutes. Okay, pulling number 2 up. I'm sure they're watching his front tire over there. Nope. Anybody? Matt got him. Okay. Put you on time lapse. I'll video this. It's too boring to watch us pour all that. As soon as we get it on the ground. Let's go see what it looks like. See how it cones up? That's what you want. When it just goes on the ground and rolls 15 feet, too wet. We always talk slumps. That's probably a 5-inch slump. Okay, talk to you in a minute. Well, I'm not surprised. We came up short big time. I have 3.5 yards coming. Should be here in about 10 minutes, hopefully. We laid out our cuts, 10, 20. So now we stopped right at this cut. We were able to make it that far. I'll put our control cut in and maybe chip that away, depending on when he gets here. So Ryan's got the wire up. We'll spread this wire, finish pouring, a little bit of cleanup. You know the drill. Get a drink of water, talk to you soon. Concrete is going good. We're getting ready to start cutting. It is always something. And I consider this very lucky. Truck ran good the other day. Parked it here overnight. Rained yesterday. So now the next day, it will not start. Here it is. The battery jumper line was all frayed. So we got a new one coming. Batteries seem good. We just tried starting with one battery. Won't do it. So fortunately, we're not alongside the highway. We're parked right here, nice and safe, able to work on it. Hubbis Auto Parts is sending up a new cable. We'll try that. If it doesn't work, we'll switch out the batteries. Getting some cuts going. Jumping on. Let's go. 3.5 yards due any minute. These are pulled off of the house, 10, 20, 30, nice and parallel with the house. Getting our cuts in, nice and straight. Now, since this comes to a sliver, what Steve will do a little wet stab, chop, chop, chop. That way the crack doesn't come up and jump out of there. It runs all the way through, nobody will ever know it's there. Okay, mixer showed up, 3.5 yards. You can see how soft this is, good shape. The guys are getting cuts in.
Drop that back.
No, let's just do a little mix and blend. It's really soft yet. We're in good shape. Okay, I'll get my boots on, let's go. Okay, bring you down in here with me. So here's old concrete, new concrete. So we give it a little mix and a blend. Good to go. Nice tight mix. Edging up, floating up against our expansion joint. Sorry about the camera angle. On a morning like this, it's nice and cool, 60 degrees. Ground's nice and wet from a day's rain yesterday, so we had all the concrete coming. If this was hotter and drier, I would have just done like 15 yards, 16 yards, and done this pad after the fact. But we have a good sized crew, lots of talent. Knock on wood, we'll be okay. Okay, I'll set the camera down and get this straight edged. Dylan, second week here, bull floating. Simple instructions and he follows them. You know, with summer helpers, and I don't care who you are, the price of wages these days, I'll gladly pay it. But when you come out here, just know we expect something of you. Not just to stand there and watch, maybe that for a day or two, but for $16, $17, $18 an hour to start, I expect you in on the action, trying, not just sitting in the shade getting drinks of water all day. And I think that should be how everybody thinks about it. We'll gladly pay those high wages because of the price of everything, but just know you're expected to perform. One thing worth mentioning, I didn't want to rely on those couple of rebar, so I just went ahead and added a cut corner to downspout. Right in there, we know it kind of wants to crack off of there somewhere with this little wing, so throw a cut in. Now I can sleep better at night. Okay, we are underway here, going good. Taking care of the edge marks, intersections. Matt's got the joiner on the stick going. The dirt pile getting you. We can stretch out to there. How you making out, Ryan?
Good.
Okay. Up in the shade, a little bit softer. Focusing down here in the sun where it's ready. Every time I go to jump in, somebody's there. So I'll just do a little bit of filming. Need a shallow joiner, Steve, for right here? Go ahead.
Yeah,
yep. Okay. Well, come on in with me. Checking the camera angle. It's hard doing this looking through the camera. Hey Steve, I might need your help pulling pins out of there.
out of here.
Yeah, I want to broom it this way, staying straight, parallel with that joint. I think this is my battery cable just showed up. Okay, just keep chiseling away, chipping away, brooming where we can. A little bit soft here. This is number 3 truck. That's in the shade. Number 2, you can see how we're just working that shade line as we get closer and closer. Getting a nice broom mark. Not too aggressive, but we want some nice traction there. Now we can just stretch out and take care of those joints. I'm going to head out on knee boards as soon as Steve's done and take care of that intersection. We are well caught up. Things a chance to get caught up. I'm going to get skinny knee boards, or Tom's finishing up. Head up this joint and work this down. Taking care of the edge. Here's what it looks like all done. Our intersection's nice and clean, nice and straight. Look at that cut I added. Ryan's working on this. Putting the cobblestones back in. Yeah, I'm glad we added that cut right up to the downspout. Nope, got some handprints. Is that a foot?
Yeah.
Neat.
Footprint and handprint.
Okay, let's go finish that up. Falling in the concrete, I need to get right there. What are your bets? Am I falling?
Can I see that thing? Pretty deep there.
I'm pretty agile.
I bet you $100 you don't probably adjust.
Do I want to take that bet? Oh boy. Fall in the concrete, I get $100. All done? Almost. So I got the cobblestone back in over there. Matt's putting on our SRT. The guy's got it all landscaped over here a little bit. All the way around. I am still trying to get this truck started. Ran fine 2 days ago. We had a bad cable on it. So I got a new cable to connect all the batteries, and it still wouldn't start. So as I took the batteries out, you can see these sides are all bowed. So in my experience, I don't have a tester. My experience, that says that they have bad cells in them. So 3 new batteries heading this way. Let's see how that's all bowed. And the date on them is 2014. So almost a 10-year-old battery on a truck that sets quite often. Okay, let's see if this is it. New batteries are in. $750 later. Okay, fire it up. Well, that sounds the same. Truck's still not starting. Well, always is that loose? Tap on the starter. Hold on, I think the starter's loose, Tom. Final coat of sealer. We were just waiting a little bit to catch the middle. Nice heavy coat. This stuff dries nice and clear. Truck still will not start. $750 later, still will not start. I'm looking at the starter now. I don't have the time. Kendra agreed to let it sit here for this afternoon. I'll bring back an air tank. We'll air it up and we'll go start it down the lane. Let's go get a patio ready. Keep pushing forward. Okay. So on both of my trucks, I have air fittings on the air tank. Just for such an occasion. Now I can air this up, or if I need air in a tire, I can open that valve and hook an air hose to it. So we brought up my air compressor, plugging that in right now. This is the one I welded the hole with epoxy, and it's working good. So we'll let that build up. And now I made a double nipple. Open. I can plug in the air compressor and air up the truck, release the brakes, catch it in gear, and you can follow me home. That's the plan. There it is running. So let it build up the other side of the air. And just let it creep down the hill. Okay, I thought it would be fun to finish this video with this truck running. So I pulled the starter out, took it and had it tested, and it was pretty bad. So chances are good, oh my gosh, keep my fingers crossed, that it is the starter. I went and got a new one. I'm going to put that in right now. I had to replace the cable. Not so sure I had to replace the batteries, but they were 10 years old. I may have wasted a little bit of money there. $500. So I'll get this in, and hopefully I end this truck with a end this video with a truck that starts. So what I'm trying to do is eliminate things. I'm looking for a bad ground now. So I took this apart. There's some corrosion in here. Maybe that's all it was all along. But I'll get that cleaned up and see what happens. Always check for bad grounds and electrical problems. Okay, so I'm messing with the grounds. Let me turn my light on. Let me plug the light in. Hold on. Okay, so let's try something. I'm going to wiggle the grounds. Austin, you're going to turn the key. Hold on one second. Turn the light on. Under here. And what I did, I took the ground strap right here, and it's all hooked up. I sprayed it with WD, but the ground strap, I took it to the frame and made sure I'm connected. Good, hit it. Good. So you can see it's going to work. Bad ground. Try it one more time. Yep. Okay, so I'll disconnect it here, disconnect it at the frame. Good cleaning. Okay, so that's a $1,000 lesson right there. Always check for good grounds. Okay?
Is that all that it was?
That's all that it was. $1,000. New batteries, new cable, new starter. The stuff was old, not a total waste of money, but not really necessary. So I'll get that cleaned up, and in 5 minutes I'll have the truck running, and I'll close out the video with that. Thanks for your help.